First of all, Emily, congratulations on making the U.S. Women's National Team. This is awesome. When you found out, hey, you're one of 23 players picked, what went through your mind?
Really, I was just so excited.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like you said, it's something that, I was hoping to get a call. So really just like a lot of anticipation. And then when I finally got the call, first person I called was my mom, and we were cheering. So it was really exciting.
That's so wholesome. Thank you for sharing that, Emily. Question for you. So this year, 2023, has been a bit of a whirlwind, right? You were traded back in January. You scored your first international goal ever in April against Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're on the U.S. Women's National Team roster for the World Cup, and you're going to get a chance to play here in about a month. Have you caught your breath at all? How are you doing?
It is. I mean, when you say it like that, it does sound like a lot, but I think that that's really just a part of it and a part of the job. It's, a lot of traveling. We're really busy all the time, and we just keep moving forward. So, yeah, it's been good.
Emily Fox, U.S. Women's National Team, as well as North Carolina Courage defender, joining us here on the Keystone Automotive Group hotline, alongside Louis Fernandez. Dennis Cox here with you. Playing here locally here in the Triangle now as a professional. You played your college soccer at UNC with the Tar Heels. What's it like being able to come back here to this area to continue your professional career after being in the area for your college career?
Oh, it's great. I mean, we played my first 2 years at Wake Med Soccer Park, which is where we play now for the Courage.
Yeah.
So it definitely feels like a second home. And, it's been, a very great transition coming back and being in North Carolina again.
Emily, I wanted to ask, so full transparency here, I graduated from UNC the year after I think you got there in 2016, or the year before, I should say. And so one of the players who was there while I was there was Crystal Dunn. And, she was amazing. Carolina won a national championship that year. And you two never overlapped at UNC, but now, you're on the women's national team together. You're going to be on the World Cup roster together here. What's like playing with Crystal? What's that Carolina connection like?
It's amazing. I mean, I think with Crystal, you can totally see the UNC in her, just with like how competitive she is, but also able to have like such a great time at the same time. So, no, it's been awesome being able to train with her, play with her, and really get inspiration from her both on and off the field. So, yeah.
What's the best thing you've learned from her? It can be soccer related. It can be not soccer related.
That's a great question. I definitely think it really has to go with what I just said. Like, I think she does such a great job of when she steps onto the pitch, she's, so competitive, aggressive, focused. And at the same time, she's able to like laugh at herself, have fun, and enjoy, being a professional athlete and playing what she loves. So I think that's something, especially on the national team when, things can get intense and there's a lot more pressure. I think she does an amazing job at that. So that's definitely one thing I've learned from her.
Emily Fox, NC Courage and U.S. Women's National Team, joining us on the Keystone Automotive Group hotline. You mentioned about Crystal, about the competitiveness in which she plays. How competitive is it to just even make the U.S. Women's National Team roster for the World Cup? There's only 23 slots, and there are a lot of great players who have been on the U.S. Women's National Team in the past that aren't on the roster this year for various reasons, multitude of injuries and so forth. But still, how difficult is it to just even make the squad?
I mean, it's very difficult. What's cool is that everyone's story and kind of process to get here is different. For me, like I've been in and out of the team since 2018. So it's so exciting to, make this World Cup team and have my first World Cup. So I would just say everyone's journey and process is different, and that makes it even more special.
I think Emily, I think there are 14 rookies, I want to say, on this roster who've never played in a World Cup before. You are one of them. How are you all going to bond? Is there going to be like a trip beforehand? You got a group chat? What's that like?
I mean, really, I think, for people that it's our first time, I mean, the veterans on the team have done such a great job of making us, feel welcomed. And again, like most of us have been in and out of camps the past year, 2 years, things like that. So, I don't really think anyone is a rookie, especially with everyone playing in the NWSL, playing games, things like that. So really, I don't think there's any rookies, and I think we're going to need all 23 players in order to do well and do our best.
So in the Olympics, the U.S. did not win the gold medal. They won the bronze. Canada was actually champions. How much of it is that a motivating factor for you all, having the last big-time international competition, U.S. didn't come out on top?
Yeah, I mean, I think with the World Cup, having, the U.S. team win 2 back-to-back World Cups, I think obviously there is a lot of pressure for, to get the third one. But yeah, so I think, that pressure has always been with this team because of how well they've done. But yeah, I think it's something that everyone embraces, everyone knows, and really it's a privilege to have that. So we kind of, carry it with us and know it's there, but know that it really just motivates and pushes us more than anything.
Now, Emily, really quick question for you. I know it's the World Cup obviously that's the big stage, but I think the NWSL is also a pretty big stage too.
Mm-hmm.
And the Courage, y'all have rocketed up to third place in the standings. I mean, what has it been like to see this team come together and really find their groove over the past couple of months?
Yeah, I mean, really, January, there was a lot of turnover, a lot of changes, myself included. I was, a new member of the team along with the rookies and trades that happened. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a process and it takes time to develop and have everyone be on the same page. And, I think we're on that same page. And so it is really exciting to look back to January and then look to now. Like, I feel like we're the same team, but we're just, everything's clicking. We understand each other. And so, yeah, it's been really great to have that.
Emily Fox, North Carolina Courage, U.S. Women's National Team defender. Congratulations once again. Best of luck the rest of the season with the Courage, but obviously best of luck in the World Cup as you go down under to New Zealand and Australia. Really do appreciate your time. And again, congratulations. Emily Fox, U.S. Women's National Team.
Thank you so much.
Joining us here on the Heistra Automotive Group Hotline. That's exciting. That's got to be so exciting. She's 24 years old, and I would say the U.S. Women's National Team is probably, again, the hardest team to make. The hardest team to make, because you look at the level of players that didn't even make it this year. Now, several of them were injured, but Mallory Swanson, formerly Mallory Pugh, Kristen Press, Becky Sauerbrunn, Sam Mewis. These are players who have been contributing big time for the U.S. Women's National Team, whether it's in the Olympics or in the World Cup. And those 4 aren't on the roster this year. Again, now they're injuries and stuff aside, but the level of talent that obviously still makes the team is extremely high.
What always, like, if I try and put myself, like, let's say I try and put myself in Emily's shoes here, getting a chance to play in your first World Cup ever, you're 24 years old. There are, like we mentioned during the interview, there are 14 World Cup rookies, if you will, who are going to be playing as part of this team. There's a lot of youth for a variety of reasons, injuries, all of that kind of stuff. But there are 3 players who this will be their 4th World Cup. Alex Morgan, Megan Rapinoe, Kelly O'Hara. And these are players who, you grew up watching, and you grew up and saw them winning World Cups constantly. And now you have the opportunity to be on the pitch at the same time as them. That's one of those things that when you just really look at the human element of it, that's awesome. That is so cool. It's so amazing. And there will be a very large target on their back because, back-to-back World Cup champions, and now you're trying to make it 3 in a row. No team in women's World Cup history has won as many World Cups as the women's team has, 4 overall. Trying to make it 5 now. It's going to be a lot of fun. I love watching the Women's World Cup. Both the men's and women's World Cups are such a great time.
So in 2016, the U.S. Women's National Team didn't win the Olympics, but they won the following World Cup. They did not win it was technically the 2020 Olympics. It was played in 2021.
The Tokyo ones.
COVID. The Tokyo Olympics. Canada won that one. But Let's see if the U.S. women's national team could do like they did last time and follow up with a World Cup win. So, yeah, as dominant as the U.S. women's national team has been, they're not perfect. They're not perfect, but they are great.